What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports, Toronto Raptors fans as well. If you're a fan of neither team and just hanging out, thank you for stopping in. And was not expecting to be live tonight. I didn't find out about this game until last night when I saw on Facebook, hey, we're playing the Raptors Sunday night. I was like, what? I thought we were done. So here we are. We're live. Thank you for stopping in. Hope you had a great weekend. This will now be, barring something coming up, the last live stream until October. Like October, 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere around there for preseason. It's a long time to not be live. That being said, we'll stay busy. Any Spurs news, and I don't expect a lot of Spurs news between now and then. There might, be, I'll say training camp, but preseason news before the actual preseason starts. Maybe some kind of move happens. We have the two-way contracts that still are out there. I expect Harris and Ingram to get one. I don't know who's getting the other one. Maybe Riley Minix, maybe not. Maybe Donovan Williams, maybe not. Those are the three players I think that the Spurs are probably looking at, in my humble opinion, for a two-way contract. Riley Minix, Harrison Ingram, and Donovan Williams. I think Ingram's probably a lot to get one. The other one is kind of gray. Minix had a great first game. Second game didn't really play so well. Williams has been good the last two games, so we'll see what happens over the next few weeks and who gets that other two-way contract. Bouyer's still on a two-way contract. He's looked good in the Summer League. I don't know if he'll make the main roster, but he's been fun to watch, and who doesn't like saying the Bouyer's name? Good evening, Spur in the moment. Tony, Brian, Jesse, Westside. I'm also a West Sider. I'm excited. Well, yeah, I'm excited for tonight's game. I don't know who's sitting out besides Stefan Castle. Will City Sissoko sit out? His offense has looked rough so far in the Summer League. A total lack of a jump shot. Yeah. Harrison Ingram, he's looked good at times. He's shown a three-point shot. So there's some potential there. Nathan Mensah has played well, but he is undersized. David Duke Jr. is not even on the team anymore. I don't even know why I have him on the little roster thing here. I was like, wait a minute, Duke's good. Not even with us. Let's see. Minix has been hot and cold. Bouyer's looked good most of the time. It is played more. I think he's more athletic than I realized. Getting a lot of steals and blocks. Playing much better defense than anticipated. Horn, can't really say much about him. Hodge had one okay game if I remember correctly, then hurt his back. Tyson Ward's been very hot or cold. Jameer Nelson. Yeah, that's enough right there. Advalovic, I know he's made some threes here and there. Hasn't really stood out much aside from that. Seth Milner, he was on our Summer League last year. Yeah. Yahoo Masalski has proven to be an excellent rebounder. Offensively, there's a lot of work to be done. Darren Green has had limited playing time. Can't really say much. And Donovan Williams, like we said just earlier, last two games has been pretty darn good. Dillingham dropped 25 and 12. Wow. 25 points and 12 assists. Nice. That's going to make some Spurs fans go, That was a tasty 8th round pick. Just Butterfly, good evening to you. The Biscuit Buddy, what's up? Riley Minix, Jamar Bouyyer, Nunez next year. Nunez is next year. Yeah, he's not playing for us this year. He's overseas. They're just playing to play now. We are eliminated from the Summer League Championship, which is why I assumed the season was over when we live streamed Friday night. I did not know there was a game until last night, and I was a little late on posting it today. I planned on calling it, and Miss TSR was actually supposed to be here instead of Selena, but life happens. Something has come up, and she can't make it. Circling back to the summer discussion, so we'll have Spurs content, probably not as much, because I don't want to force videos. What I mean by that is when I've, in the past, just tried to look for something to do a video on, they haven't performed well, and my heart was probably not into it. So anything that happens news-wise, we'll say keep track of that. There should be a lot of Giants news, I would think, in August. I know there's not a lot of Giants fans, maybe none in the chat, but I cover the Giants on the channel too via shorts. I know there's a lot of Cowboys fans, so you can at least troll me if it's bad news. That still helps out the channel, right? So we'll cover the Giants. If anything bad happens to the Cowboys, Eagles, or Commanders, I'm certainly going to be making a video on that ASAP, so that will keep us biggies in August. And August will probably be the months that we roll out the coverage or the videos with Miss TSR Sports. That's especially, we're going to be busy for a few days in August, so having some of those recorded and ready to go, not a bad idea. That's actually a good idea. We should launch our reactions to stuff August 1st, or first week of August. Our plan is to do predominantly UFC, some WWE. She has seen pretty much no UFC and no WWE. So I've talked about on the channel, big highlight moments, head kicks and knockouts, this, that, and the other in UFC. Certainly want to do that. For the WWE, we're going to do some classic moments I know, like the Hell in the Cell. But I've seen very little, actually I've seen no WWE in the last 5 years, nor AEW. So if there's anything huge that's happened there, that would be new for both of us. If I show her an old Hogan thing or Macho Man thing or Ultimate Warrior thing or Taker thing, I've seen all that. I'll have fun watching her react to it, but I've been there, done that personally. But stuff in the last 5 years, or really anything AEW, I haven't seen it. I've seen maybe 5 minutes of the AEW, so if there's any classic legendary moment, that would be new to me too. Practice? We talking about practice? They'll remind you how we drafted Diddley. Well, we didn't actually draft Diddley. It's important to note that. We had the 8th pick, which we traded to the Timberwolves for a pick in the year 2073, and they wanted Rob Dillingham. I think, Biscuit Buddy, I would have liked more for the 8th pick. Boom Beye, is that what you're doing with Bouye's name? Has been playing great. We should switch him for Malachi or Jones. Sarbus, my reaction and Ms. TSR's reaction are on this channel to the Rob Dillingham draft. I was a little surprised we took him 8th because Stephon Castle was drafted 4th. I'm like, back-to-back guys that should be point guards for the team? Okay, whatever. Battle for the position. And then the trade, I think I was just more stupefied. I didn't know what to say. So that is definitely on the channel. Sable versus Jackie? I don't even know what that... Was that like the lingerie matches back in the day? Oh, wait a minute. Marauders, was there a boob slip on that one? Jackie. If I'm right, the Jack you're talking... I'm getting confused. Was Jackie a blonde white woman, or was Jackie a black woman? I feel like there was a Jackie and Jacqueline around that time, so I'm not sure which one we're talking about. There's like a really jacked... was there a Jackie that wasn't tough enough? I can't remember. It's been a long time. Monster Jam Extreme, good evening to you. Brian, the weekend was good. I had a pretty productive weekend. Had a little surprise birthday gift from Miss TSR. My birthday's not yet, but I went to that comic thing yesterday, and she ended up buying the box I got. And it was, actually, I haven't told her yet. The event was fun, but it was also disappointing because I didn't quite fill the box, and I was able to mix it with other stuff that made it worth it. And I filled a lot of Superman holes from the 70s and 80s, so I now have a long run of stuff, which was awesome. I cleaned up my notebook a lot. Superman used to be on 2 pages on the top. Now he's on 1 page. So that was awesome, and I got a lot of other stuff I wanted. But there were more dealers there. And I'm there with a notebook trying to, find stuff I need. So I'm going slow, and they're just, pawing stuff. And just, if they see a title that has any sort of intricate value, it's like, and they're just grabbing it. I'm like, I can't keep up with that. And I'm hoping that's not the direction of this place I go to over the next few months because I enjoy going there. But if it's just going to be dealers rating it and they're going to resell it at the next comic show, I might need to rethink my strategy about what I'm buying there or if I'm going to go at all. So, that being said, thank you for the early birthday gift and hope your mom feels better. Okay, it was okay. The blackjacking. Got it. If you're just coming in, that sounds bad. We're trying to identify which wrestler you was talking about. I know what you're talking about. She had long hair, and I think there was a boob slip with her. I wish we made the summer league playoffs too. And Ernesto, let me just say, Stacy Keebler was a beautiful woman. She probably still is. Now that I think about it. But my goodness, her legs went for a mile. What was she, 5'10", 5'11"? Stupefied was the perfect word for the stupidest trade ever. I don't think Larry Markkinen is getting traded, Sarbest. The Danny Ainge and the Jazz want a bajillion. Why isn't this game started yet? It's 7:10. I still have the scroll. The event's starting shortly. Is there another game holding this up? There was an unexpected error. Are we getting Microsoft? Where's our game? Where is our game? I feel like this should have started already. Has the game started for anybody else, or are you still waiting too? We've traded the next Tyrese Maxey for first round picks. But to circle back to Larry Markkinen, They want way... There we go, just switched over. Way too much for him. I don't think he's going anywhere. It's pretty much Danny Ainge's way of giving everybody else the middle finger and saying, hey, we'll listen to trade offers, but I want 10 first-round picks for him. That's not what they're asking for, but that's the equivalent. Stefan Castle is out for the rest of the Summer League, which ends today. This is the last time we'll see the Spurs in action until October. Ray, well, it's not late for me. 7 p.m. I don't know where you are. I can say that the 10 o'clock games here, I can relate when, if it's late where you are, or maybe if you're in France. I know I have we our channel, have many more French viewers, and I'm sure it's extremely late over there. Remember, I told someone offers of children, Danny Ainge is not budging. Exactly. They're showing Stefan Castle right now. He's not going to play. Sprained his wrist in the third game of Summer League. Took a pretty hard spill. Finished the game, which I was not a fan of. And then they shut him down after that. Or is a bottom tier all-star. Vassell will not be an all-star. Yeah. I don't think Devin Vassell will be an all-star. I hope we're wrong in regards to that. I do agree with that. If Castle wasn't injured, we're probably in the Summer League playoffs, yes. Zach Collins at 2 first-round picks gets it done in 2K. Well, we're not playing 2K. Hey, Mario! Yankees suck. Oh, no, what happened today? I've been loosely following baseball. I know Judge is having a monster year, but I don't really... life's been busy, a lot of different things happening, and I am a Yankees fan, but I've always said, out of my favorite sports, basketball and football are by far number one, and baseball, I still like it, but I do not like it as much as I did in the 80s and 90s. Baseball was my favorite sport in the 80s and 90s. I just, it's over time, I don't know. We lost, Judge hit a home run, of course he did. Lost today 5-3. We did lose to Philly and everybody else. Bouyer's going to drop 50. New CBA allows for 2 All-Stars, so who's it going to be on our team? The Spurs? Yeah, Ernesto, I did. Didn't know it was that then. Who didn't like that? That probably saved baseball. Let's be honest. Baseball was hurting because of the 2 strikes in 94 and 95. They had the canceled World Series in 94. Then you got McGuire and Sosa both chasing Roger Maris's record. Everybody was tuning in back then. Jamal Sheed, DJ Carton, Jacoby Walter, Yorich Komch, and Brandon Carlson. Where's Dick? Jamari Bouye, Tyrese Radford, Donovan Williams, Riley Minix is starting. Ibrahima Diallo. So Spurs going with a different lineup tonight. We're going to see Riley Minix in the starting lineup as well as Donovan Williams. I think those two are fighting for a contract. Jamal Sheed was a pick this year by the Raptors, was he not? Is he a second-round pick? I have Grady Dick on the thumbnail. I'm very going to be sad if I don't see any Dick tonight. Well, the game hasn't started yet, Josh, so Bouye has scored as many as I have. 0. But he is starting. Radford in the starting lineup is befuddling, but okay. I don't know if he's played at all in the Summer League. I don't even know if I know who he is. Radford 37. I got to put him on my little cheat sheet for the Spurs. And for those of you that don't know, I have a little notepad on the top right of the screen, which why I'm looking to the right a lot. Not only to look at the chat, look at Selena, but look at the roster. And of course, I know a lot of the players, and in the regular season, I'll know all the Spurs guys, so I won't need that for the Spurs, but I sure as heck will need it for the other team. Oh, he's got a sprained ankle. RQ3, Grady Dick. He plays for the Raptors. No Dick tonight. Dick is out. My top 5 Summer League lineup of all team, Ken Griffey Jr. was a great player, B-Bear. I couldn't even start. I don't know who's been on Summer League. I mean, Wemby? I mean, if you're asking me who's my favorite Summer League lineup of all time, it's going to be all Spurs because I don't really know who's played for other teams. I know there's good players that have, probably all-stars. I can't remember if Tyrese Halliburton's been in the Summer League or Nikola Jokic. I mean, I don't know if those guys played, those type of players. LeBron James, was there a summer league back then? I don't remember. By the way, Toronto won the tip. And the players are, well, the game has started. And away we go. But could the Spurs kick over the rock of training for Julius Randle? Monster Jam, you know, some people are giving me a little lip about the bus stuff with him, which I get. Because like, well, it's just Summer League, but also I think the same people, if he scored 40 points, would be like, oh, Stars going nuts. Summer League, I think, is a good chance to see which players need work. Yes, it's just Summer League, but I expected Alex Sarr to be maybe not dominant, but much better than he has been. Not 0 for 15 a game, followed up by 1 for 6. And some of you have told me in comments on the video, he didn't have one dunk in Summer League. A big man with no dunks just seems off. A lot of some Wizards fans said he doesn't seem assertive out there. Radford for 3, no good. Diallo with the rebound. I've been hearing some not so good things about him. He might have the highest bust potential out of everybody there. It's way too early though. If the poor offensive play, poor offensive shooting continues into preseason, and then we start seeing that regular season, I think Wizards fans are going to be a little concerned. Spurs ball after a foul. Nobody has scored yet, so we got donuts on the board. Riley Minix with the ball on three-point land. Minix drives to his left, gets into the paint, stops, pops, fadeaway jumper, short. That was a tough shot. And now another foul. Castle Rookie of the Year? Sure. Sarr, I think, is going to be fine defensively. Offensively, I mean, the fact that he didn't want to work out for the Hawks, you wonder what's going on there. Hard left turn. I cannot. We have 2 free throws, and this Radford makes the first one, so the Spurs are on the board. I can't imagine any situation where the Wizards are going to be okay with Alexander Sarr taking 7 threes and missing them all. Like, if he's 0 for 5, somebody's got to be like, hey, stop shooting threes. I mean, his form doesn't look broken. He just, I don't know. Wemby, Castle, Kawhi, White, all Spurs. That's a good roster. Long 3 for Toronto, no good. And the rebound by Donovan Williams. Spurs ball, get it up to Radford. Radford out in three-point land. Gets that on over to Williams. By the way, the last game, there was no dunks for the Spurs. I don't think I played the Thunder dunk of justice once. So can we get some rim action here? Can we get a rim job? Bad choice of words again. Yep, gonna be that kind of night. Hey, it's the last night of Summer League. I'm being goofy, and it is what it is. 2-0 Spurs is right. Okay, fair enough, David. Thank you for stopping in. By the way, if you guys not hit the thumbs up, do appreciate it. It is fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious. It doesn't cost a thing, and that's the only sponsorship we ask for on this channel is a thumbs up.
Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go!
Yeah, Spleen, we got another Summer League game. I didn't find out about this till last night. I thought the season was done. Granted, we can't make the playoffs. That's over and done with. But as soon as I saw the game was on the schedule, I said I was going to try to call every Spurs game. This is a Spurs game, so we're off and running. A lot to bring Nova boys together. Maybe Spurs trade a bunch of second rounds. I just don't think I want Julius Randle. Runner in the paint, an air ball. Who did that? That was awful. That was not good. Walter throws up the air ball in the paint. You know what? The Knicks can have Zach Collins. The Zicks can have him too. Spurs ball. Surprised Bouyer's not running the offense more. They're putting a lot of the offense being run through Radford, who drives in the paint, misses a layup. Diallo with the rebound, off of the putback, gets blocked, and another whistle. It's going to be that kind of night. How old is Julius Randle? Is he pushing 30? Is he like 29 or 30? I'm hoping Zach Collins has a bounce back year because, my goodness, he's been... By the way, the gang's all here. Selena Gomez, Baby Coyote, who you saw at the beginning of the stream. First free throw's good. We got Head Van Grogu running the scoreboard for us. Heel. baby Mikey. And also special guest, he wanted to hang out tonight because he doesn't get to hang out with us a lot. With the NFL preseason right around the corner, it's baby Eli. The Manning. Boop, 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 boop. He's got a booper, huh? Look at that booper. Good evening, Daniel. That is a factual statement, David. Yes, it is. Yes, Homer, he is starting. We got a shot clock violation for Toronto. Toronto is still not... We have 4 points on the board through 3 minutes. I keep reading Diallo as Diablo. Bonjour, Arno. There wasn't there a Diablo game that came out last year? Diablo 4? PC and Xbox and PlayStation? And we have a block shot on the Bouye. Get that Bouye out of here. Toronto ball, quick pull up 3 in transition. No good. Toronto still hasn't scored. Bart, good evening to you. Oh, Mike, I'm excited about that too. Diablo 4 is on Game Pass. I currently don't have Game Pass. Bouye. Well, I thought he was going to shoot. Gets it over to Minix. Minix open for 3. Riley! O'Reilly Auto Parts. Spurs up 7-0. I know. A spleen. I heard Dilly was awesome. Minix with his first bucket. And our defense should be stout with Wemby, Sohan, and Castle. My one concern with that threesome that you just mentioned there, Mike, floor spacing. If Castle's 3 is not dropping and Sohan is struggling again, that could kill our floor spacing. That not summer league game, the Olympic exhibition or warm-up or whatever it was between Canada and France, saw a lot of sagging off on Wemby, leaving a shooter open. And I was like, oh, that's going to be... Teams will do that to Sohan until he can prove he can shoot or drive or dish or do something. Another miss for Toronto. I'm liking the Bouye. Hopefully, Riley Minix is on the bench. Never mind. I hope he has a good first quarter. He's already on the bench. Corner 3 for the Spurs. Donovan Williams for 3, and the Spurs are taking it to the Raptors 10-0. What do you mean Minix is hurt? What? Is that why he came out? No. That would be his second injury in Summer League. And a runner in the paint, and Toronto finally scores. No City Sissoko tonight. He's been struggling offensively. Minix is hurt. He just hit a 3 and he's hurt? That can't be right. He hit a shot. Wemby's Castle. How would you feel if Lauri Markkanen only costed the Spurs Keldon Johnson, Zach Collins, and 3 first-round picks? Are these picks unprotected or protected? Which picks are we trading? Are we trading the Bulls pick next season and the Hornets pick next year, and then a pick swap in some weird year? Because I have a feeling Danny Ainge is going to want our 2025 first-round pick and Atlanta's 2025 first-round pick, and I'm not doing that. Lauri Markkanen is a great player. He has an injury history, and some people have challenged me on the channel. They're like, it's just tanking every year. He's not injured that much. And I looked up his injury report. He has a long history of injuries. We're gonna have to give up way too much. And the 3 first-round picks you're mentioning, I think they're gonna be high. No Harrison Ingram tonight, Joshua. They're holding him out. And somebody in the chat said Minix got hurt already. Do you disagree that we need more stars and less guys? People think Vassell is untouchable, but Markin is an A-plus player. We need to trade more for less if that makes sense. They seem to want Devin Vassell and potentially Sohan. The Jazz, Vassell and Sohan for Markkanen plus picks? No. Vassell is a tough one. That's a tough nut to crack. Is that the saying? Tough egg to crack? I like Devin, and at times he shows some great offensive playmaking, being able to create his own shot. At the end of the year, started showing chemistry with Wemby and more of a playmaker for the Spurs, not just off the ball but on the ball. And I just don't know what his full potential is because he has gotten better every year. I don't think he's going to be the second option on the team, though. I feel like he would do better as the third option. I hope he proves me wrong. He hasn't shown to be the defender we thought he was going to be when we drafted him. Can he be an all-star? Never say never. Some players don't flourish into their 5th or 6th season. He's still young. I hope he's great. Rambo First Blood. Oh wait, no, just First Blood. First Blood. There is no tomorrow, and there really is no more tomorrow. There's no more games after this one. This will be our last live stream until October. Almost a turnover for the Spurs. Milner gets the ball back. Dishes it out to, is that Horn? I think that's Horn. Yeah, Horn with the miss. We are deep in our Summer League bench at this point. And some of these guys I'm not over familiar with. Like, they had Radford starting. I was like, who? Headband guy for 3, no good. Donovan Williams with the rebound. He'll bring it up for San Antonio under 5 minutes to go in an excessively low-scoring game. But that three-pointer is good by Avdalovic. His name kills me every time. Did Rob Dillingham choose number 4 to make Spurs regret not drafting him? Did he take number 4? Headband guy drops a deuce. I don't know. He might have. He wanted to play for San Antonio. He openly was talking about that. Start a summer fall league. No, I don't have time for that. That's a turnover. Avdalovic. Man, his name just kills me. 4 minutes to go. The Raptors with 4 points, but we're going to have a layup in the paint in transition. 13-6. Raptors on a little bit of run. Rob jersey is 4. It was 0 before. Yeah, he might have as fight. July 26th, I would not trade any of those Atlanta picks. Barnware, nice layup. Whoops, wrong team. At least the Raptors are on the board. They've started slow the last 3 games, so this is a reoccurring thing for them. That's a missed 3. The Raptors in Summer League, have they just been tough to watch, to say the least, in the first quarter? It is Spurs ball. Don Williams in the paint, throws up the layup. Nice move, kid. Timeout. 17-6. No, we can't draft 10+ players. Isn't that another year the pick and roll with Wemby with help Devin, as well as him watching firsthand how Paul and Wemby operate? Yes. I concur. Good things are coming. Well, I'll tell you right now, the Spurs are doing this to the Raptors. What just happened? That's not what I wanted to have happen. Dang it. I hate it when... All right. The Spurs are doing this to the Raptors. Couldn't get that to work. Yeesh. We should trade the Bulls pick in the 2000. I would not trade the 2025 Hawks pick. If they're a lottery team and that pick invades to the first pick overall, Brian Wright would be fired. How do you say no thanks in Finland? Arno, I believe there's a universal language. Oh, where'd Selena go? What just happened? There's a universal language for no thanks across the world. What if we trade the whole starting summer lineup and the 2041 pick and the 2031 pick kind of protected? The whole starting summer league lineup from tonight? Sure. I hate the idea of helping an opponent too. Yeah, I don't know if it's Selena. I guess she had to go get some agua. Mas agua. What is that? Oh, I was like, what's behind Selena? That's look, it's Grogu. He's being a little creeper back there. I saw that little white, and I'm like, what is that on my couch? Hey, it's Grogu. He's sitting in the back. I'll move him. When you're in a commercial break, you do a weird thing. Look at that's a big eyeball. Oh, all right. Daddy wants to play too. Where is he? Where are you, buddy? Oh, there he is. There he is. I'm done being weird. Well, probably not done being weird, but done doing that. Toronto with a miss. Offensive rebound up. Sorry, I don't know any of these players out here for Toronto. I know Grady Dick. And then, of course, he's not playing tonight, and I put him on the thumbnail due to a sprained ankle. 2 on the shot clock for the Raptors. A 3 near the buzzer is no good. And Masalski with the rebound. Masalski's been a rebounding machine. Quick three down the other one. Oof, bad shot. Who is that? Darren Green with the miss. 2026 is a pick swap. Now, as I looked away, a 3 for Toronto. They have cut the lead to 8. Number 16 with the 3. I don't know who that is. It's one of these 5. 17-9, under 2.5 minutes to go. Being on the shot clock for the Spurs. Masalski into the paint. Little Euro step moves. That's actually a nice offensive move. Mike, I think we're going to finish 11th or 12th in the Western Conference. The Western Conference is still stacked. I think we'll be a fringe playing team, but I don't think we'll be in. Milner Jr. for 3. That looks off, and it is. We could do that hard left turn. I know a lot of fans want Markkanen. I don't see it happening. And there's not. He's got a massive contract around the corner too. Nice move and a bucket in the paint. Masalski playing all sorts of defense. Pineapple with he's got the pineapple here with the bucket. 2025. The Spurs will have 2 picks in the lottery of a very loaded draft of talents. We could have 4. Actually, we could have 3 lottery picks. We could have 4 first-round picks. That's going to take some luck and whatnot. We have our own first-round pick. I think we'll be a late lottery team. We have the Atlanta Hawks first-round pick, unprotected. Who the heck knows where they're going to finish? And then we have the Chicago Bulls top 10 protected pick. Quick 3 down it. Darren Green for 3. There's also the Hornets. I forgot who was saying it. One of their players, maybe it was Brandon Miller, or one of their players was saying, "Yeah, we're not going to be we're not." They seem to think they're not going to be a lottery team this year. So if they're not a lottery team, then we would get their first round pick as well. Yeah, Harrison Ingram's out. He's definitely out. When he shot 41% from 3, that's great as Spleen. If he can shoot around 41% for the year with us, I'd be very happy. That long 3 was no good by Abdalovic. Spurs with a 10-point lead. Time running out on the first cue. The Eastern Conference does stink. The Hornets, you know what? Who knows? The ball coming back? Would you rather have Justin Jefferson or 2 first-round wide receivers in next year's draft? Ooh. Yeah, right now I'm banking on Renee, the Giants rookie, to be huge for us. Malik Neighbors. The combination of Malik Neighbors, Wendell Robinson, and Darius Slayton should be the best receivers Daniel Jones has ever had in his young career. Well, he's not that. He's actually in year number 6 now, I believe. A 3 at the buzzer's no good, and the Spurs take a 10-point lead into the second quarter. Okay. That's acceptable. Get quarter 2 up there. Good first quarter for the Spurs, not so much for the Raptors. Why couldn't we play like this against Philly? Philly blew us, crushed us. I was grabbing my camera. I was trying to grab my agua. I think they're just trying to say our left turn in the future. You know, would you try to build through the draft, or would you take Justin Jefferson? Also depends who's in the draft. I mean, this year, if you said, hey, you're getting Marvin Harrison Jr. this year, and then I don't know who the projected top receiver is next year, but if it's that type of talent as well, do you go with the guy that's already established, or do you probably take the guy that's established? Philly is good. The Raptors are not. It's looking that way. 2025, 2 lottery picks. The free agency is loaded with talented vets. Several contracts will end. CP3 and Jones, yep. And several contracts will have only 1 year left to be sent to tanking teams. Zach Collins will have 1 year left. Harrison Barnes will have 1 year left. Should have taken Ronnie. No, we should not have. My team any good? My team's so bad they're on Hard Knocks right now. That should tell you how good my team is. The Giants are on HBO's Hard Knocks, where bad teams. Oh boy. Exactly. We're in a bit of a commercial break. Second quarter will start in a moment. Riley Minix is back in the game. He's not hurt. Who said he was hurt? That pull-up jumper is no good. That was by Darren Green. I'm going to complain about it every time it happens. When they do these interviews that cut the screen down to a minimal size, I absolutely hate it. And they just did it. I respect the fact that you want to interview a player or a coach, whatever. But for the love of NBA basketball, stop squishing the game down like this so you can show the interview. Picture-in-picture is old technology. Show the game and put them on the bottom left, top right, whatever it is. Stop squishing everything. It's like what I'm doing right now. But you don't care if there's a smaller TSR. Obviously, you want to see a scoreboard. You want to see, assume who's on the floor. That's not NBA TV. It's just the NBA in general. Always does this all the time. Caps lock. I'm not going to touch any of that. Come on now. Not the place. If you just want to leave it as you don't think Pop should come back, fine. But let's nothing political, please. Not the place. I know there's big news. We're not that kind of channel. We're a silver and black Spurs, blue and white Giants, and some occasionally music video. Wide open three for the Raptors. Yeah. 26-18, excuse me. It is Spurs ball. Minix with the ball on three-point land, starts drive, and gets into the, it's already gets into the post. Pull up from the free throw line. Minix putting some moves on like it's 1954. Nah, never Cowboys colors here. Never. Minix with 7 points. And, I mean, some of these guys tonight might be playing for a final two-way contract. That was a bad pass by Adalovich. Turnover Spurs, 28-18. Little over 8 minutes to go. Raptors ball. Players on the court are over on the right. Quick pull-up three is no good. Spurs ball. I think this is our biggest lead of the game. 10 points. Jameer Nelson Jr. with the ball. Everybody's favorite Summer League player. Dumps it off. 12 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Offense will reset. Riley Minix takes off. Step back three. Ooh. Oh, that was an ugly shot. Diallo with the rebound and then gets fouled. The shot clock was expiring. We have two two-way contracts left. Jamari Bouyer's on a two-way contract. You can have 3 two-way contracts now. The roster is 15 plus 3 two-ways. Trade recap. Raptors receive R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly and a second-round pick. The Knicks receive O.G. Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, and Malachi Flynn. I think Achiuwa is now a free agent, isn't he? Was he waived by the Knicks? I thought I saw he was a free agent. Spurs ball. 8 on the shot clock. The Bouye into the paint. An alley-oop layup attempt to Masalski. Masalski gets his own ball back. And now there's a mess under the rim. Bouye with the ball now into the paint. Throws it up. No good. This is just ugly. We're going to have to take a shot with the clock expiring, and that three is no good. And it's still Spurs ball. Now Bouye's fouled. That was just, I couldn't even call that. That ball was flying everywhere, and everybody was getting a hand on it. Is Bouye hurt? He went into the... Is that Bouye that went to the stand? Yeah, Bouye took a shot and fell over a chair. Bouye's okay. You can't stop it. Bouye gets down, gets knocked down. He'll get up again. 28-18, 7 minutes to go. I'm watching ESPN broadcast of the weekend's Raptors Spurs game on Channel 2 of Canadian TV Network. I've heard of TSN. Bouye drives in the paint, loses the ball, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It's still going to be Spurs ball. This last minute, or I'm sorry, this last like 10 seconds of play is taking like 2 minutes. 7 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Bouye will toss it in. Wasowski with the ball, 4 on the shot clock, going to take a 3. Oh my air ball goodness. That was about 5 feet short. A 3-point shooter he is not. Wow, that was bad. That was next level bad. Lonnie Walker's still available too, Greco, you're right. Bouye way out in 3-point land. 10 on the shot clock. Step back 3. That was ugly. Another offensive rebound for the Spurs. And a quick pull-up 3. Rattles around and finally in for Darren Green. Spurs up by 13. Biggest lead in the game. We don't have any room on the roster, don't forget. We have 15. If we're going to sign anybody, we have to get rid of somebody. Our roster is full. It's the 2-way contracts we have available. That's a miss, and it's Spurs ball with 6 minutes to go. 31-18. Raptors come in with a 2-2 record. Spurs 3-1. Neither team can make the playoffs. I think did the Summer League playoffs start today? I don't even know. Bart, any thumbs up? Indeed. Thumbs up looks like this. Kind of. Explain that. Yeah, that 3-pointer was special. That was... Yeah, that was special. Very nice City Sissoko impersonation. Or emulation, whatever you want to call it. I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight. While we got a small crowd, we got a good crowd. The diehard Spurs fans are here, which would be me and you. Because to watch the Summer League, or hang out for a Summer League game that actually doesn't matter with a lot of the guys sitting, that means you are just all in on silver and black no matter what's happening. So thank you for hanging out. I'm also all in as well. We're going to try to call every game this season. That's going to be tough. That means all the Summer League games, which is why we're doing this one. Also the preseason, which will be 5 games? I think 5 games. And then all 82 of the regular. Rico, I have that as our floor. 35-40 wins. So I guess I'll say over. It'd be nice for the NBA. A lot of teams, I think NHL does, to have as many 2-way contracts as they like to provide added flexibility. Players under 2-way contracts with NHL teams are allowed to play. Oh, Garrett, I talked about the air ball. It was awful. Yahoo Masowski, that was one of the worst 3-pointers I've ever seen, I think. We have 1 2-way contract filled by the Bouye! And that's it. The Spurs have 2 2-way contracts available. I think it's gonna come down between these following 3 players: Harrison Ingram, Donovan Williams, and Riley Minix. I think 2 out of those 3 guys are gonna get those last 2 3-way contracts. We have some free throws coming up for San Antonio, up by 13. Make that 14. Biggest lead of the game. Toronto has not looked good tonight, and I'm okay with that. Rashford at the line one more time. Rocking the headband. Ingram probably is. He was a 2nd-round pick. Riley Minix was a unsigned pick he was undrafted, and signed. I don't know Donovan Williams' background. Toronto ball. Runner in the paint, good. Ingram Minix, I think it might be. I mean, we need 3-point shooting. Both guys seem to have that. You think Spurs will go 42-40? That would be our first winning season since the last time we made the playoffs, the 2018-19 season. I'd be happy with just 41-41 at this point. 500 ball. Spurs ball. Williams drives in the paint. Nice move. Layup. Wow. Donovan Williams is showing us something. Ingram's getting on. He was a good 3-point shooter. He's raw, but he has some decent floor. He'll have some. Yeah. I think you're right. I think it's good between Williams and Minix right now. Would you rather win championship 1 year and suck for 4, or make the playoffs 5 years in a row but no championships? I'd rather the 1. Are you referencing the Raptors? Are you talking about they didn't suck for 4 years in a row after the Kawhi Leonard championship, though. But yeah, making the playoffs and winning nothing. Booyah, what a long 3. 18-point lead for San Antonio. Making the playoffs every year, look, there's Cowboys fans in the chat. Making the playoffs every year and doing nothing, in the end, means nothing. We made the playoffs 10 years in a row. How many championships did you win? None. And who cares then? The Buffalo Bills made the Super Bowl 4 times in a row, an NFL record 4 times in a row in the 90s, and lost to the Giants, the Redskins, and then the Cowboys. And then the Cowboys again. Booyah drives, and oh my goodness, the Spurs are eating the Raptors right now. It's a dino delicatessen. Yeah, the 1 championship in 5 years and the 4 years of suck. So if you're saying the Spurs will be bad for 4 years and then win one at number 5, alley-oop attempt is broken up. Spurs ball. Bluey over to Minix. Minix just going to launch a mile-long 3. Good grief. Wow. Minix with 10 points. Yeah, hard left turn, though. I don't think anybody expected Wiseman to be that big of a bust. I thought it was a great pick at the time. There you go. Trade everything to win this year. We'll be like the Lakers. They didn't make the playoffs after they won the ring a few years ago with LeBron, but they haven't done anything since. They've been a play-in team every year. Minix out in three-point land, 10 on the shot clock, looking for a pick and roll. No screen. Minix drives by his defender, tosses it to Masowski, who missed the layup. I think Minix just drove in there and taken the shot. Minix plus 20? Could you collab with Fabiano Cartuana on a stream? Ethan, I have no idea who that is. And good evening, Ethan. Hope you're doing well. I don't know who that is. Patty Mills legit turned into Kobe Bryant today. What? What, J-Mo? What did Patty Mills do today? Was he FIBA Patty? 43-24, by the way. Missed a bucket by the Raptors. We are in a commercial break, and San Antonio really taking it to Toronto tonight. Both teams missing their best players, but it is what it is. 10 Toes, good evening to you. How do we lose those seasons? The Spurs over the last few years? Stacked Western Conference. We didn't have a franchise player. As soon as Kawhi was traded, DeMar DeRozan's a good player. You look at our teams from 1990, or you look at our teams from Robinson's rookie year to the Kawhi trade, they're always led by great, elite, two-way players. David Robinson, who eventually passed the torch to Timmy. Timmy, who eventually passed the torch to Kawhi, and then Kawhi's traded. Now we don't have that guy. Wait! Now we do. He played last year, Victor Wembanyama. So I think that's going to make the Spurs a playoff team again, eventually probably a championship team, as our history shows. We win titles with dominant two-way players. We've had 3. Now we have a 4th. Without Harrison Ingram, Spurs are a perfect free throw 6 for 6. That's it. Patty Mills was 10 on 12. Wow. Everybody looks the same on Summer League because the defense is not good. No, I would disagree with that hard left turn. Alexander Sars looked especially bad in Summer League. Fabiano Cartron is an Italian-American professional chess player. He most recently ranked... What would I possibly talk about with him? And while he probably is a much bigger following than I do. Is he a Spurs fan? Minix in the paint, spins around, tosses it out. Open 3 for Jameer Nelson. Nope. Masowski with a rebound. Gets to Nelson again. Nelson in the paint, layup. He made that one. Which teams do I see in the play-in in the Western Conference? Yo-yo is way too early. MEZ, Derek and DeJounte were two-way guys. However, neither was anywhere on the level of a David Robinson, Tim Duncan, or Kawhi Leonard in their prime. I like Derek, I like DeJounte, but let's keep it real. None of those guys was the three players I just mentioned at their peak. Not even close. None of those guys was Defensive Player of the Year. Neither of those guys led the NBA in rebounding or block shots. First team all defense. There's one all-star between the two of them. And that one was an injury all-star for DeJounte. Still counts. And I do like Derek, and I did like DeJounte when he was here, but this is apples and oranges. Minix with a nice move, gets by his man. Pass is going to go out of bounds, though, and Toronto ball down by 17. Glazing baking. No notifications again for TSR's last stream until October. This is I thought Friday was. And then I saw last night we had one more game. I was like, well, heck, I'm going to go live. And I figured, I'm like, you know what? It's probably going to be a small crowd. The game means nothing. Most of the guys are sitting out. But the diehard Spurs fans we watching the game are hanging out, which means I will be too. That's a compliment. And number 3, not Keldon Johnson with the layup for the Raptors. Derek White greater than injured Kawhi? Oh, yeah. Thank you, Ethan. I just don't know who he is. I thought maybe he was a Spurs content creator. Is that Tyson Ward for 3? Who is that? Is he on the... No, it's Seth Milner. I don't think Ward's playing. We're back up by 18. I'll say there's a lot of BS in the Defensive Player of the Year last season when Wemby clearly should have been Defensive Player of the Year, and they went with more team award by giving it to Rudy Gobert. Rudy's a great defensive player, don't get me wrong, but that team was still defensively good without Rudy. Our team was a disaster, a total cluster, you-know-what, when Wemby was not on the floor. Two free throws coming up for Toronto. First one's no good. Renee, I hope the Spurs never go to Austin. No disrespect. I'd be very sad if the San Antonio Spurs became the Austin Spurs. 1-2. This is not very comfortable for the record. Lakers and Golden State are definitely regressing right now. You got LeBron James, who's hamstringing the Lakers with that massive contract he signed, and they're idiots for giving him that. Like, seriously, how are you going to build a championship team when you're paying one player who's going to be 40 and like his 23rd season, $50 million? You've already proven over the last couple years, Davis and LeBron and whoever is not working. You're a playing team every year. You're finishing 7th through 10th. And what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You keep rolling it back now with the same guys. And Diallo with an awful 3 with the shot clock expiring, as expected. Team France lost to Australia. Yeah, Team France has not been looking the best lately, Grayson Baking. He didn't look 40 yesterday. Oh, LeBron played in the Olympics, right? Yeah, but he's rested right now, I'm easy. Over an 82-game season, you're asking a lot of somebody that age. That doesn't mean offensive foul. It is. LeBron should not be the best player for the Lakers. That's not a knock on him. That's the knock on the rest of the team. They're running it back every year with LeBron and AD, and it's, whatever. Keep doing it. I'm fine with it not working every year. I'm not a Lakers fan. No, Kim, Stephon Castle's been out since the 3rd game of the Summer League. Not the 3rd game of the NBA 2K Summer League, but the 3rd game overall. He sprained his right wrist. He hasn't played since, unfortunately. The 5 last teams in the Western Conference: Blazers, Jazz, Spurs, Lakers, and Golden State. Yeah. 40 wins last year would have got you 12th place, I believe. You wouldn't have been a playing team with 40 wins. Whereas in the Eastern Conference, yes, you would have, for sure. Lakers at this point are not about winning, but making money. TJ won? That's actually a fair assessment. LeBron is still a huge draw. We have a dunk attempt, and it doesn't. The dunk doesn't happen, but the ball still goes in for Seth Milner. Okay. A runner at the buzzer, and the Spurs will take a 17-point lead into the half. Wemby at power forward? No, that didn't work last year. I think he's going to start at center. I know he's still going to get bullied by the bigger guys in the NBA, but that will stop over the next few years when he slowly gets bigger. Looks like he's still growing, for the record. Now, Dom Connect was a good pickup by the Lakers. I would agree with that. He was drafted, 17th overall, was expected to be a lottery pick and fell to 17. He's been shooting well in the Summer League. I do like that pickup. Yep, Dragon, I did see that Dilly had a pretty good, actually a very good game. 25 points, 12 assists. You guys are dropping stats. Let's go ahead and look at let's bring up the stats. All right, stat time. Statistics on my screen. What do they mean when the Spurs are up by 17? Hey. All right, where the heck's my scoreboard? There it is. Where's this game? All right, there's our box score. Jeez. All right, Chomchi with 0. Wow, Raptors have 2 guys in their starting lineup with 0. Chomchi and Carlson with a donut. Walker and Carton with 8 apiece. Sheed with 3. Off the bench, they have 3 guys with 0. Moore, Garrard, and Perry all rocking the zeros. Battle with 5. Guerrero with 7, and Dixu with 2. Jamal Sheed with a pretty rockin' minus 18 for the Raptors. For the San Antonio Spurs, Riley Minix with 10 points. Diallo with 2. Does have 6 boards. Donovan Williams with 7. Hasn't missed. 3 of 3 from the field and 1 of 1 from beyond the arc. Radford started. He's got 4. Nabuye with 5, but only 2 of 6 from the field. Does have 4 assists. Off the bench, Horn with 2. Green with 6. Milner with 3. Nelson 4. Masalski with 4, but he also has 6 rebounds because that's what he does. He rebounds. And Avdalovich with 3. Spurs have 6 turnovers in the game. The Raptors have 3. Wow, only 3. Raptors 4 of 6 from the line. Spurs are 6 of 6. Spurs shooting 46 from the floor. 42 from beyond the arc. Wow, we're actually hitting our 3-pointers tonight. The Raptors shooting 37% and only 21% from 3. They are 3 of 14. You guys have mentioned Dilly. I'm going to go look up his game if I can. All right, Minnesota versus Orlando. Rob Dillingham, how do you do today? 32 minutes, 11 of 18 from the field, 3 of 7 from the arc. Missed his 1 free throw, 3 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 steals. Did have 5 turnovers. But overall, 25 and 12. I don't think too many people are going to complain. I wouldn't. I would love for Castle to go for 25 and 12 every night. Butterfly, welcome back. I know Bronny shouldn't have been drafted, but in the last 2 games, he definitely has been picking it up. All right. Cody Williams has him good. Summer League games, too. Connect was good at Summer League, and Rob was elite in his last 6 he was. Problem with Bronny is just all the attention he's getting. That's because of the last name on his jersey. No 55th overall pick should ever be getting as much attention as he is, and that's the media doing that. I think if he wasn't getting all this attention, I think he might be playing better, but the pressure's on. There's a lot of eyeballs on him, and that could be affecting him. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, I thought I was going to say yup. I thought that was the first good game Dilly had. I don't remember seeing anything else. Bronny is another Swift and Kelsey. Butterfly, I know who those 2 folks are, but I don't get the reference. Swift and Kelsey. No, City has not looked good at all shooting. I'm a little worried on that end. Can Minix be our new Red Rocket? Maybe. Oh, media fans. Okay, Butterfly. I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, he is a media darling right now. I mean, anything with LeBron James' name, they're getting coverage. LeBron was also glazing during the season. I'm kind of hungry. See, when you said that, I was thinking, like, man, I could go for a glazed donut. I could really go for a donut right now. I'm not going to have one this late, but I could go for a donut. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. You know what? We haven't had one of these in a long time. Boop. Oh, wow. When he goes full boop, you can't see anything. Boop. Right there. Nope, don't eat the coyote. Coyote's now biting the camera. Okay. That's okay, buddy. Kata Bates D up. KB Ding. KB Ding. Where's KBD these days? Did he go to Phoenix? Man, he was a weird one. He was relatively quiet while he was here, and then he had that one huge game against the Lakers with LeBron defending him where he went, what, 10 of 10 or 11-11 from the field and scored like 30 points? Just an anomaly of a night where KBD was dominating LeBron. It's the only night he's ever done it. The Knicks, he's on the Knicks. He was one of our tank commanders. Edgar, good evening to you. Bouye, an NBA contract? Well, it won't be with us. Let's not forget, we are out of roster spots. Our 15 roster spots are filled with the re-signing of Sandro Mamukelashvili and Charles Bassey. Bassey's going to be out first half of the year from what I understand, so and he's injury prone, so I can't get excited on that. Bouye is on a two-way contract. We have two-ways left. I don't eat bacon, but if I did, it would be crunchy bacon. Same. Butterfly. Tony Parker is not on my screen. I thought he was on the TV, Jesse, when you said Tony Parker. I was like, Tony? Nope, definitely not. Ow. Minix 2 of 3 from beyond the arc tonight. My neck just popped. I don't know if you could hear that, but that was speaking of crunchy, I got a crunchy neck. That sounds bad. Riley Minix, apparently my long-lost 22nd cousin. Barlow on a two-way. I think the Spurs are moving on from him. Are you naming the jerseys on the wall, Jesse? Because that would be right. Mike Diaz, the Raptors are getting whooped. Jacoby Walter, I believe, is leading the Raptors with 8 points. But the Spurs are taking it to him tonight. 33! And we're back. Raptors aren't good. No. The Bouye with the ball. Out to Minix. Back to Bouye. 8 on the shot clock. The Bouye is going to take off into the paint. Bouye with the layup. Misses the layup. Toronto ball. That is everybody on the wall, Jesse. Corner 3 is no good for headband guy, and it's going to be Spurs ball. And they turn the ball over. Donovan Williams on the long pass steps out of bounds. Back to Toronto. I like Charles Bassey, but I don't like the re-signing. He only played, 19 games last year and tore his ACL in January, so he's not going to be ready until, January of next year? We have a foul and 2 free throws coming up for Toronto. Wait, wasn't there a Summer League playoffs? Yes. So the Summer League playoffs, I believe, are taking place now, Glazing Baking. I thought the season was over, so my bad in announcing this stream late until 1 o'clock today, but I did not find about it until last night, and I just got busy this morning with doing stuff around the house. I guess this game was always planned on the weekend. We just didn't know we were playing the Raptors until we got knocked out of the playoffs. Hard left turn. Oh, yeah, I love the way Charles Bassey blocks shots. He launches those things. Yes, Arno. So Charles Bassey, little injury history. The previous season, his season ended early. Minix with a tough shot in the paint, no good. Spurs get the offensive board. Charles Bassey fractured his left patella, which ended his season in the prior season. In January, he tore his ACL in the same knee. We have a whistle down the other end, fouling the Spurs. No, offensive foul in Toronto, Spurs well. So our guy fractured his patella and tore his ACL in the same knee. 2 injuries within 2 years to the same body part. That is not good. That is really bad if you're looking to have a long career in any type of athletic anything. Now fouled by Toronto. Oh my gosh. The finals, the Grizzlies versus the Heat. Is it really? Hurt his patella and sat for 2 months eating Nutella. I mean, he might have. Pirtle, Barnes, Barrett, Dick, quickly. That's projected starting lineup for the Raptors next year. Just putting that out there. And Donald Williams takes it in the paint, gets his shot blocked. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Toronto ball. Yeah, that's all right, Jesse. I caught the shot. I know you meant. No, Bassey doesn't sound like he's worth it, Mike. I'm not rooting against the kid. I hope he proves me wrong. If he has another season-ending injury, his NBA career is probably over at that point. I mean, how can you sign anybody who has 3 season-ending injuries in a row? Because he's already had 2. It's in your knee, Arno. That's all. We'll leave it at that. Corner 3 for Toronto. Boink, no good. Another offensive rebound for Toronto, down by 18. The ball's going to get knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Spurs ball, maybe? Toronto ball? I don't know, they're pointing both ways now. Toronto ball. But, you know, I have the same shoulder surgery as Jean Morant, so does that make me as good as Jean Morant? I don't think it works like that. By the way, for those of you watching this also, why does it look like they're playing in a... Miss TSR pointed this out. Like a high school gymnasium. This doesn't look like a normal basketball court. It looks like a high school. 3 at the buzzer for Toronto. 52-37. Toronto only down by 15. Jacoby Walter with that 3. Hard left turn. They could put him on injury waivers. So, yeah. Bouye in the paint. Throws up a layup. Good. The Bouye! Bouye. Runner down the other end. Good. Toronto's starting to heat up a little bit on offense. Took them long enough. 54-39. 7:15 to go in the third quarter. Bouye will reset the offense. Tosses it over to Radford. Back to the Bouye. Bouye drives, step back 3. In and out, Berger. Fight for the board. Diallo will come down. No, not Diallo, sorry. Diallo will get the dunk, though. Woo, threw that down hard with some anger, fury, and aggression.
Thunder, 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 dome of justice.
Oh, my gosh. Shot down the other end is good. 56-41. Yes, they could have been holding high school pep rallies for a pause. That's what it looks like. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Going to stay with San Antonio, maybe? Showing Diallo with the big dunk. With the defender in front of him. He is listening to all the Spurs, Arno. He really is. You just don't... I'm reading every one of them. 56-41, 6:31 to go. Spurs ball. Minix out in three-point land. Starts to drive, gets into the paint. Turnaround Jay. Short. Diallo with the rebound. And a foul. Who was a better Spur during their time? Corey Joseph or KB Dean? Yes. You can still trade Butterfly. I think you can trade all the way to before the All-Star break. I mean, the trades are likely done though. I think we've kind of missed that. The excitement with the trade season's over. We have filled our roster. We've filled our cap. I don't see anything else happen for the Spurs except the two-way contracts. Bouye drives and loses the ball out of bounds. Going to stay with San Antonio. 6 on the shot clock. That's our left turn. Was Corey Joseph on one of the championship teams? I can't remember. Go to David Robinson. Absolutely. Was Joseph on a championship team? I can't remember. Three at the buzzer, no good. Shot clock violation for San Antonio. The Bouye with the air ball. No, Keita Bates Dia. He was. Okay, I thought he was. I don't remember a lot of them from the championship team. It's hard to remember when you have 5 championships that are spread out over 15 years. Ooh, nice pass. And now a step out of bounds, though. Oh, I traveled. Turnover. Yes, he was, but KBD gave me a high five once. Did he really? Were you sitting like near the where you could reach the players? We're in a timeout, by the way. Timeout. Spurs are up by 15. It was only a matter of time before Kawhi came in. Kawhi, we miss you. Kawhi, we don't miss you. At least he's consistent. The Keldon Johnson trade wars have been happening for the last 2 seasons, and he's still here. So I don't think anything's happened. My dad used to like James Silas. I remember James Silas. I don't remember watching him. I know who he is. I never saw him play live. I was 4 years old when he left. I do know Kevin De Bruyne. He played for, Manchester United, right? Or no, Manchester City? Crap. Manchester City. KBD. But yes, he was a KDB. KBD. KBD is our guy. KDB is your guy. Butterfly, I know you're a Kawhi fan. I should get a Kawhi jersey so I can light it on fire. Fire! Look at the guy with the racial comment. Do you think that's going to be tolerated? But I will show you the game because you asked, because I'm a good guy.
Suck it!
There's your game. And you can suck it. So let me know you like this. Timeout for, what do you think, 24 hours? Now go say that to another channel. And then another channel. And another channel. And then let us know how many new YouTube accounts you have to make because you're being an idiot. All right, anyway. Veronica, what's going on? Jerome Kersey, wow. Did he play for us? I remember him with Portland. Did Jerome Kersey stop with the Spurs back in the day? I don't remember that. Turnover by the Spurs, fast break, and a layup. I've never had a Kawhi jersey, for the record. Oh, KDB left Manchester City? I don't know. I watched Premier League a little bit back in 2019. When TSR Sports started, which was then known as a sports reaction, I was experimenting with different content. I used to call soccer. Football, I got into the United States Women's National Team a little bit in 19. I discovered Kristen Press. She became my favorite player. But people kept saying, hey, Rich, check out Premier League if you want to check out men's football because, well, our team sucked at that point. Still not a championship team, but they're definitely worse then. So I checked out Premier League, but I just couldn't quite. It was on at weird times too because of the time difference, and I couldn't quite commit to it. But I did. Manchester City was actually the team I followed the most, so that's how I know KDB is. My Saturday, my weekend's good, Veronica. How is yours? Yeah, go ahead. Listen, I want to try to time people out less moving forward and just be more accepting of comments. But if you're going to come up with a racial comment, Ronald Minix with the alley gets the alley-oop dunk.
Thunder. Thunder. Thunder.
racial type of stuff's not going to be tolerated. It's not necessary. There's two colors that matter on this channel: silver and black. Well, those are the main colors. I mean, the Giants, blue and white, but yeah, Spurs are the first thing for the channel. Anyway, on to positive notes. Minix with, I think, his first dunk of the Summer League. Correct me if I'm wrong. Spurs up 58-45. Didn't know he had that in his game as an alley-oop recipient. Minix drives in the paint. Throws up a very awkward shot. Gets his own miss. A follow-up putback. No good. And now a jump ball or a foul? Yell is fouled. Oh, Mike, it doesn't matter. It was in reference to what color I am. Now, you might say, well, TSR, when you're calling a game, you say tall white guy for 3. And I do, because that's all I know about the guy, because, especially in the Summer League, I don't know anybody is on the other team. So if maybe you're watching, you say, hey, TSR, that's blah, 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 when I reference the player. But I mean it in, I don't mean it in a throwing shade way, whereas the guy that came in clearly was being a troll. But you know what? Trolls help the channel too. And maybe he's still watching on his 24-hour timeout because he's got nothing else to do. Nice drive and a bucket for the Spurs, 60-45. That was Abdalovich, whose name still is killing me. Horner would have fouled down the other end. I've never played pickleball. Or leave Sar alone. He's doing it to himself, Arno. He went 0 for 15 a few nights ago. And then he followed it up with a 1 for 6. And I've had some Wizards fans comment on the channel he's not looking aggressive out there, that he hasn't had one dunk in 4 Summer League games. A big man without a dunk just seems like you would accidentally dunk the ball at some point. Like you just jump up and whoops, I put it in. Context. Thank you, Juan. Yeah, Mike, part of me would love to live in San Antonio, to be near the Spurs and see all the games, there. But that's not in the cards. You guys heard me talk about it for years here. My career is here. I can't leave the state because of my career. That's the first thing, because that's, I bring that up first because that's been the longest staying point since the channel's inception. You guys said, hey, when you moved to San Antonio? It's back in 2019, folks were asking. I'm like, my career is in Connecticut. That hasn't changed. Now add on a relationship in Connecticut over the past year. So now there's 2 things definitely keeping me in Connecticut. Turnover by Toronto. Spurs ball, 2.5 minutes ago. Luka or Wemby? Ooh. I don't know. Mike, I hope Wemby. Spurs miss a couple of threes. The last one by Avdalovich. Toronto with the rebound, down by 15. Definitely too soon for Wemby, but I hope Wemby has a better career. Wemby soft? I would definitely not say that, Grigo. But I've definitely not got that vibe from him. Not maybe as overseas in the Olympic practices. Darren Green for 3, and that's a name I've not said much. Spurs extend the lead to 18. Life would be so much simpler if you just moved to where you're a fan of. What did I Garrett? And then the UFCs would be a little earlier for me. Instead of at 10 p.m., they'd be at 9 p.m. Yes, healthy Wemby indeed. Spurs 9 of 25 from the arc. Toronto's only 4 of 22, and Seth Miller's going to step out of bounds. Toronto ball. Can we make the playoffs? No, Jose, I don't think. Can we? I thought we were eliminated. Can we make it if we win by, 22? It's the best record. I mean, I thought the playoffs started. Do they not start until... I don't know. I know the USA almost lost Arnold. That was crazy. My career, albeit in a different occupation, is in the capital of Ontario, Toronto. Living in the Eastern time zone has its advantages, but also means some late NHL and NBA games. Yes, David. So it's a double-edged sword. I was talking to somebody that lives on the West Coast in the live chat the other night, and, it's the thing that kills me here on the East Coast, and I'm sure you're the same, is when let's say the Spurs play the Lakers, and the game starts at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Like, oh my gosh, this sucks. but America TV is based on the Eastern time zone. So primetime, the main TV shows, not that I watch primetime anymore on any TV, but when I used to, especially in the 90s when I watched Seinfeld, Friends, Cheers, all, must-see TV, that was on from 8 to 10. On the West Coast, that would be on from 5 to 7, which would be kind of weird. The 1 p.m. football game would be at 10 a.m. So it would kind of suck for the NFL. I don't really want to get up and watch football at 10 o'clock. That just feels... I'm also not used to that. But on the other end of the spectrum, I'm a UFC fan, and the UFCs over here constantly start at 10 p.m. and don't get over until about 1 a.m. They would start at 7 p.m. over there. Side Draft Media, go Spurs go. I saw you did a live stream. I wasn't able to make it, but I hope the channel's going well. Yeah, good luck over there, Don. I know you're putting a lot of work into the channel. I saw some of your shorts are doing well, so just stay positive. I know what it's like to start a channel, and you're trying to gain subscribers and views and etc. and build a channel, and just make sure you're just having fun. Stay having fun. You're obviously passionate about what you do, so just I wish you well. By the way, if anybody's a NASCAR fan, we got a new channel. Side Draft Media, a loyal TSR Sports subscriber, recently started a NASCAR channel and is putting a lot of work into it. So make sure if you're a NASCAR fan, you check it out, subscribe, and let's get them to 1,000 as quick as possible. And here's some Chuck for you. Toronto ball down by 18, and now a block by Masalski. Spurs on the run on the fast break, and they turn it over. Fast break for Toronto and a dunk. Well, that was not done very well. And you're welcome. SDM. And Hogan. Hulk Hogan? Oh, Jesse, no. That's a political question. Not the place. I appreciate you being here, but I will not answer political questions on the channel. And nor do I want to talk about it. I just don't. We have a foul, I think, on the Spurs. 65-49. Oh, yeah. I didn't realize you only been up for 11 days, Side Draft, or Don. 11 days? Holy moly. I didn't realize you just started. I mean, I knew you just started, but I didn't realize it. Okay. 199 after 11. There you go. I did watch the video of you. You were sitting in somebody's race car. I don't know who it was, but that's really cool that you got to do that. I forgot that race cars, the doors don't open, and you had to, Dukes of Hazzard it, climbing into the window that way. I'm excited for TSR Sports, as that's going to go in a new direction this summer. Is my girlfriend will officially, she's already part of the channel, but being able to do different content, and I enjoy UFC and old school WWE, so to be able to do some kind of content like that again on the channel, especially with her, I'm really looking forward to it. And, it's not just going to be that. We might do some random stuff. She's never seen the Memorial Day Miracle. Could show her that. There's probably some classic Spurs moments she hasn't seen, so maybe we can introduce her to those, and the Memorial Day Miracle obviously comes to mind. I do not have a Sohan jersey, and probably won't. I like Jeremy, but not enough to get his jersey. A miss and a putback. 15-point game. Spurs can hold for the last shot. 9 seconds to go. Thank you, Side Draft Media. If you didn't know, you might already know because I mentioned it before. I personally have... Oh, Seth Milner with the buzzer beater, and the Spurs just 69'd the Raptors. I have been on YouTube since 2006. I believe YouTube started in 2005. Got on in late 2006 with what was then Whackbag Films, independent film company, or film channel, which... that never went anywhere. But for 2006, for 11 years, we had 16 subscribers. So yeah, if you ever wonder, why doesn't he turn this more into a business? Do memberships or sponsorships or Patreon? This was never a business for those 11. Obviously, not a business for those 11 years. I don't want to start turning into that. I want to make sure this is always just a sports community, mostly family friendly. Yeah, there's some innuendo here and there. Sometimes, more often than not, there's innuendo, but I like to have fun, and hopefully you guys still enjoy the channel today as much as you did 3 years ago, or if you've been here for 5 years. I just was at the Circuit of the Americas last night for a concert. Cowboy X Factor, good evening. Gonna miss you all going live. Please tell me you will do videos and shorts until then. Yes, Cowboy X Factor. I mentioned it earlier. So while we're on a break from live streams, which we will be for 2.5 months or so, I just mentioned, and you're aware, we're going to have the UFC reaction, the WWE reactions with myself and Miss TSR. I do plan on doing a lot of shorts in regards to the Giants, the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Commanders. If anything happens bad with one of those teams, or the Cowboys blow a big lead, or the Eagles do, I plan to do some friendly trash talking, because as I always say, if anybody knows sucks, it's Giants fans. Yeah. Thank you, Goody. By the way, if you guys haven't watched it, a lot of you that have watched the NBA draft, or not NBA draft, NBA rankings reaction video that was put up yesterday, I made a major blunder in that video, and apparently a lot of you are getting a kick out of that. So if you haven't watched the video from yesterday, I normally don't do this, but I would recommend that video. Maybe share it if you like it. That video has gotten some of the most probably laughing faces I've ever gotten on a video. That's saying something after 5 years. Toronto turnover to start off the fourth quarter. It'll be Spurs ball. They're interviewing Riley Minix right now, my doppelganger. That's going to be a foul. Yep. Oh, my clock's not running. My clock is not running. My clock is still not running. All right, we'll get that fixed as we have a couple free throws coming up. Spur of the moment, I don't know what the first WWE thing is. The first UFC thing is going to be Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 1. And I have a couple other fights lined up UFC-wise. It'll probably be a little more UFC than WWE, which would match the voting for the channel. It seems like people want a little more UFC content than WWE. But I think it's got, for the WWE, I've mentioned this before, it's got to have something that doesn't need a lot of story or context building up. It needs to be an event that you can just watch and she'll be like, wow, that's cool, or that's crazy. Like Taker and Mankind Hell in a Cell. She doesn't need to know the background on that. That match will speak for itself. You've heard that. She's probably sitting there like, why do you keep bringing that match up? I need to see this. Or I hope I don't see this. I sure couldn't, Cowboy X Factor. TSR Basketball Fantasy League? No, I quit fantasy in 2013. The reason being is I was getting OCD with it. I played a waiver wire where you could claim players off waivers. Yahoo did the waiver wire starting at midnight, and I would be on my computer claiming players at midnight. And that's when I knew I had to stop. Ooh, three-pointer for the Spurs, 21-point lead. That was, what's his head? Darren Green. So I'll never play fantasy again. I knew it was becoming a problem. I didn't play for money, but I just knew that the competitive juices in me were just running a little too strong. Turnover by Toronto. Spurs get the fast break. Milner with the miss. Masowski with the putback. 75-52. That's a fair hard left turn. Who on the team is playing good? Ernie, Riley Minix has looked good tonight. I think Donovan Williams looked good at times. Probably those two tonight, I would say. I think I'm officially quitting fantasy football this year. You're over it. Wow. Yeah, Don, I played from 2007 to 13. And the first year was an incredible and disappointing first introduction to fantasy football because I ended up drafting Tom Brady and Randy Moss their first year together. It was I think I was last to draft, so I picked them. Was it I'm trying to remember. I think it was a 10-team league. So I picked them 10th and 11th. And that's the year Brady threw 50 touchdowns and Moss caught an NFL record 23 touchdowns, I think, at wide receiver. And I was dominating the regular season. I believe I was undefeated. And we get to the playoffs, and in the first playoff game, it's when Brady and Moss went against the Jets and put up a complete dud. Brady threw, I don't think, any touchdowns, and Moss caught 0. Because of so much of my fantasy value was based on their performances, I ended up losing and finishing 3rd. Was the best team in the regular season by far. And somebody asked earlier in the chat, would you rather win a championship and suck for 4 years and make the playoffs every year and lose? And I was like, win the championship, because I was one of those people in fantasy football that was always finishing third. I would always finish third. In 2009, I remember I was 3-7, and it looked like I was pretty much eliminated from the playoffs, and then won the last 4 games in a row to squeak into the playoffs, finished third again. But I made a risky waiver wire move at the time. I took Kurt Warner, who had just started getting hot for the Cardinals, and Jamal Charles his rookie year, and those two ended up at least getting me to the playoffs. So my team sucked before then. Quick 3 as we come back, and it's Spurs ball after the missed 3. Did I hear what Jay? No, I did not. Illuminatics, and good evening to you. Yeah, Brady and Moss. That was a lethal combination that year. That was the only year. And of course, what ended up happening to the Patriots, they went on to face the one and only Eli Manning and my Giants. And the Giants beating them in probably my favorite Super Bowl of all time, Super Bowl 42. That's the one with the helmet catch. Spurs ball up by 20. This game is pretty much over. I'm going to stay to the end, hang out with you guys. Lightly call the game. That was an air ball by Darren Green. And now a foul down the other end. Go Spurs, go to you. Yes, Randy Moss played for the Vikings originally in the late 90s to the 2000s, Arno. Then he went to the Raiders. And then he went to the Patriots. And then I think he went to 1 or 2 more teams after that and then hung them up. My best season was Ezekiel Elliott and Dak's rookie year when they both smoked the entire league. Oh, won a championship. Sure is, Veronica. And check this out. Look behind what I found out we can do now. Behind Selena's right shoulder. Look under Selena's right shoulder. I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Both free throws good. Michael Porter Jr., like what I want him on the team. Yeah, I'm good with who we got right now. Boop. Spurs projected depth chart. Chris Paul, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy Son, Victor Wembanyama starters. Agreed. The main bench, Jones, Castle, Champagnie, Johnson, Collins. I also agree. So you notice what 2 names you did not hear? Malachi Branham and Blake Wesley. I think they're going to be on the outside looking in. Mamu's name also not mentioned. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Toronto ball. I think Nelson missed a shot. Cephalin Castle is there, by the way. Sitting on the bench. Just hanging out. Remember the Saints' crazy season with Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner never played for the Saints, Arno. Alvin, good evening to you. And we have a bucket and 1. Raptors trying to make an immaculate comeback. The Saints. I mean, what's his head? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing up. Drew Brees played for the Saints. Is that who you're referencing? The Beast run by Marshawn Lynch against the Saints? Free throw coming up for Toronto. Yeah, hard left turn. I would agree with that. Preseason football Cowboy X Factor. I'm going to keep an eye on Malik Neighbors. Okay, the Rams. I was wondering because Warner played for the Giants 1 year. Played for the Cardinals. I'm sorry, played for the Rams, then the Giants for that 1 year, then the Cards. I don't know if he played for anybody after that. I know he played for at least 3 teams, made a Super Bowl with 2 teams, the Rams and the Cards. But I didn't know which team you're referencing, so that's why I didn't assume St. Louis. Or was it LA when he was there? I think it was St. Louis. Turnaround Jay is good. 16-point game. JB said Bronny is overrated. I mean, he wouldn't have been drafted. His last name wasn't James, let's be honest. He wouldn't have. But he was, and he got a good contract, so hey, good on him. All good, Arno, all good. That was the greatest show on turf. Do you remember that? That was Kurt Warner, Marshall Falk, Torrey Hull, and Isaac Bruce. That offense was stacked. Marshall Falk was putting up massive numbers back in those days. He had a 1,000 season, 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving. I think he scored like 28 touchdowns. Oh, who's headband guy with the huge dunk? Carlson rocking the headband, and he throws down a two-handed dunk on the offensive board. Now the Raptors put some pressure on the Spurs defensively. Donovan Williams, corner three. These look good too. Trey Jones before the trade deadline. Oh boy. I used to play Madden way back in the day. I mean, Trey Jones is on an expiring contract. But what are we going to get from a second-round pick? We have a million second-round picks. Jump ball. Wow, the Raptors defense, they're really putting some full-court defense and applying the pressure and putting the press on the Spurs. Trading Trey Jones would be a terrible mistake. He makes nothing and is a solid backup. Will he stay as a backup, though, after this coming season? Or is he going to test the free agent waters? I think he's going to test free agency, especially if he can be a starter somewhere. Warner was bagging groceries, if I remember correctly. I don't remember who 2034 pick for Trey Jones. I don't remember who the quarterback was for the Rams before Kurt Warner. But he got injured. Kurt Warner's way after Jim Everett. I'm pretty sure, right? Who the heck was the quarterback that got hurt? Couldn't have been Everett. Foul in Toronto. They are down by 13, by the way. Mark Bolton, that's it. I remember him now. Well, I don't remember. You remembered him, but yes, I remember the name. I was going to say, like, Jim Everett was gone way before that. If you've never seen it, we have a timeout. Jim Everett gets called Chris Everett on a talk show and flips the guy's table and then threatens him. Some people say it's staged, some people don't. It's not. Tyus Jones is still a free agent. There's actually some decent free agents out there. Former Spur Lonnie Walker's available. We don't have any cap space or room on the roster. Our roster's full. Our cap is full. We can't get anybody. That was in 1999. We're getting old. Yes, it was. I mean, Kurt Warner's played his whole career and retired. That's fair for pause. Timeout. What in the what? What did I just get sent? I might have to show this. Well, for those of you that ask about how TS Bear's doing, he's laying down with his best buddy in the world, Toby. You guys have heard mention the name Toby on the channel once in a while. So Toby's going to make his TSR Sports debut, so to speak. But there's my girlfriend's dog, and, well, I guess you say dogs, but there they are. There's Bear and Toby cuddling. Best of buddies. Best of buddies. Oh, you can see the TV that way. Well, there's a way to show that. I didn't know you could do that. I was like, wow, if you say, hey, show the screen real quick, I could put my camera really in front of my, and it's like so little and backwards, I don't know if YouTube would ever pick up on it. Toby, T-O-B-Y. What, did Bouye have 0 tonight? And Juancho would need to be a trade. Rookie season comparisons, they're comparing David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Victor Wembanyama. A little unfair. Duncan had Robinson his rookie season, so his stats obviously were going to be deflated because of that. And Robinson was 24 when he joined the league. We just had a quick bucket. I couldn't see if that was a dunk, layup, or what it was, but the Spurs scored. Down the other end, a quick three, no good. And Spurs ball at 5 minutes to go, still a 15-point lead. Nice move in the paint by Donovan Williams, but he missed the layup. Minix with the putback, dunks it. And I think we had a foul before the shot. They're showing Wemby from Summer League last year. I know his first game was a little rough, but his second game he was obviously fine, and that shut people up real quick. Yeah, cute doggies. I don't know if that. I guess that dunk counted. I'm gonna put it up.
Thunder, 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 thunder.
Horns 3 is an In-N-Out burger. Spurs up by 17. And the Spurs will finish 4-1. But I don't think we can make the playoffs, can we? Raptors just 69 us. Down the other, we have a runner and one. My clock is way back. Donovan Williams. Williams has made some nice shots. Spurs might have a tough decision between Williams and Minix. Both have shown they can make some plays. Don Williams at the line, and hey, smoke him if you got him. It's officially that's the clock right now. And the Go Spurs go to you. Missed a free throw though. Wasowski with a tip back, just a tip, and it rolled, almost came off the rim and went in. Ended up being a 4-point play for the Spurs. But a huge headband guy with another dunk. Carlson. Headband guy playing pretty good for the Raptors tonight. Another whistle. I think Tyus wants a starting job too. I saw that Cowboy X Factor. I mean, I didn't watch the game, but I saw what you're referencing. Who wants a Grogu hug? Oh, you. Adorable. Boop. That mean USA might lose to a better team in the Olympics? Maybe. You want to go ahead? Spur of the moment, I don't know most of these guys. I mean, I know who the Spurs players are. Well, some of them. I don't know a lot of them. No, I don't, Ernie. I don't. If I'm being honest, I don't. I do think we'll be better than last year. I've gone on record in saying 35 to 40 wins, which in the Western Conference just ain't going to be enough. But we will be better. And it's going to be a fun season. We're going to win some games that we shouldn't, and we're going to lose some games that we shouldn't. You certainly do, Arno. You aren't kidding. 18-point game. How many undefeated teams are there in the Summer League right now? Do we actually have a legit chance to make the playoffs? Grogu did use the shorts. I think that's going to happen. Go to D-Rob. I think we're going to be fringe playing, and we're going to be a late lottery team around 12 to 14, and then we'll have to hope for some, good luck with lottery balls. Hope the balls swing our way. That's not good to say. First free throw is good for Toronto. The end of the Soham point guard experiment should add about 10 wins. Well, that would put us right at 32. The addition of Barnes and Paul, granted they're older, especially Chris Paul, and a second-year Wemmy should add. We should. I can't see why we wouldn't be in the mid to upper 30s, maybe even somewhere between 40 and 42. But I don't see us being better than 42 and 40. I still say the cap is around 40 wins. Minix is not a good defender. I haven't been paying attention to their defense, I'm being honest. The defender I caught the most eyeball-wise was Castle. Minix does have some... Oh my gosh, headman guy with another big dunk. That's his third one in the second half. We do have a chance for over 100. We're getting there. Oh, block shot. Minix chases down the loose ball. 11 on the shot clock. Riley in three-point land. Some dribbling action. Gets into the paint. Gets by his guy. And loses the ball out of bounds, but it'll be off Toronto. Spurs ball at 4 on the shot clock. If Jones played all year, we probably wouldn't have won more than 30. We probably would not have had an 18-game losing streak. You got the ball into Masalski, quick jumpers and air ball. That dude can't shoot. Oh my gosh, you can't shoot. No, Arnold, don't say that. Hopefully the Hawks lose a lot, but I don't want it to be because of injuries. I'm not going to wish injuries on that team. I can't do that. That's not the way we want to get there. I don't want to sit here and wish Trey Jones gets injured or Zachary Rasache. We don't want to be those type of fans. Hopefully they just suck naturally. Joe, I don't think we have an official NBA schedule yet. By the way, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, would appreciate it. I know we're not going to get to 100 tonight. It's the last game of Summer League. Most of our main guys aren't playing. Castle's out. Ingram's out. But any thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. And if we can get to 75? Oh, we're at exactly 75. All right, well. Okay, never mind. We're at exactly 75. All right, well, then mission accomplished. 100 would be great. I understand if we can't. And that's another bucket for the Spurs. Masalski. Butterfly, it's going to be really hard to get 100 tonight. And this was, I think a lot of people did not know about this game. I did not know about this game until last night. It was really late with the community post. I should have put it up early in the morning. I just got busy with stuff. I think this is the last one for us, penalty. Yes, actually, David, when I think international sports that are also played in America, soccer and hockey definitely come to mind. Soccer, of course, the biggest sport on the planet. Football. 94-83, it's only an 11-point game. Wait, maybe missed... Ivan, I didn't know that. Wemby had a chance for the winning shot? Butterscotch. Masalski out, well, gets blocked. He was going up for a dunk, and nope. Fast break for the Raptors, and oh my gosh, he goes for a dunk and can't make it. Foul, though, and 2 free throws come up. The Raptors can cut this lead to under 10. Is Chomchi going on the line? Oh, well, thank you for it. I mean, yeah, actually, I bet a lot of people don't know about this game because they saw me live. Like, wait, we're still playing? Masalski tried to dunk and got shoot. I don't know. He just got rejected, whatever he was trying to do. What a great name, Chomchi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Is it Chomch? I'm going to call him Chomchi. 10-point game. Well, if we needed to win by a ton of points to make the playoffs, that's going to eliminate it right now. I thought we were going to easily get to 100, but it's... I don't know. Chomchi the farmer. Derps, good evening to you. We've got a minute and 20-something left in the game. Bradford out in three-point land for the Spurs. The Bouye has been visible and almost a turnover by the Spurs. To get the ball back, Riley Minnick's out in three-point land, out with the ball 10 on the shot clock, looking to create his own shot. Gets a screen, tosses to Masalski on the little give and go. Masalski makes the layup. Nice job. Back to 11. I have no idea spurring the one personally. And now another foul. Joshua, good. Actually, were you there? I think you were. You should watch those highlights. I probably should. But I don't think we would have had a Castle and Dilly backcourt. That would have been... So did you slide Devin Vassell over to small forward? That makes us a very small team. I know Wemby's huge, him personally, but the rest of the lineup would be small. Carlson at the line. He's been killing us tonight. First free throw's good. The thing with Rob Dillingham is the more and more he plays well, you're going to see more and more Spurs fans be unhappy we traded that 8th overall pick, which, hey, I get it. I get it. Good evening, random kid. Whoops. Wow. Raptors wanted a push-off as one of their players hit the floor. Minnick is open for 3. I thought he was going to take it, and he's just holding the ball. Starts to drive, gets in the paint, and he's going to get fouled. I think we have 2 free throws. Yep, Riley going to line for 2. We've got a minute left of the last stream of TSR Sports for almost 3 months. It's been a good time with you guys hanging out for Summer League. Yeah, hard left turn. Yeah, there's. As soon as they announced drafting Dilly, I was like, Castle and Dilly? You're not drafting one of those guys to be off the bench. I will say, a lot of folks in our community did not want Reed Shepherd. That tune is changing. Granted, we could not draft him because the Rockets took him ahead of us, but he is legit. Yeah, we are going to go out of postseason out of here with a 4-1 record. Yusuf, good evening to you. Devin and Sohan from marketing. They're going to want Devin, Sohan, and first-round picks. We're not giving up all that. That's way too much. Jamal Sheed at the line for 2 for Houston. Houston trying to crack the 90-point mark. We're trying to crack 100. Thank you, Butterfly. NBA preseason? Yes, I'm ready for it, but that also means the summer would be over, so let's not rush that. Jamal Sheed has 17 points and 16 assists for Toronto. Second free throw is good. Can we get to 100 here, Spurs fans? Good evening, Hector Jimenez. Thank you for stopping in. Our Spurs about to improve to 4-1, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be eliminated from the Summer League playoffs. Minix with a nice move to bring the ball up the court. 12 on the shot clock. Horn now with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock. Horn's just going to take a quick 3. Nope. Spurs get the rebound. And the layup is good, and we cracked 100. Bradford with the layup. That's 100 points for our Spurs, guys. Yippee! And that's the end of the game. Toronto's just going to dribble it out. All right, well, 4-1. Hey, it's a winning record. We'll take a look at the final stats. This is the only time in Summer League we hit 100, right? When I think of fun things in the NBA, partners. Oh, okay, I got you, David. I was like, what's he? Okay, yeah. How many actual NBA players versus people with day jobs did Dilly score those 27 points? Yeah, there's a lot of non-NBA players in the Summer League. That's true. And while that's true, that also calls, the question, why isn't a player like Alexander Sarr playing so bad offensively? Like, these are a lot of guys that will never, ever be in the NBA. So, yes, it's just Summer League, but you're kind of planting the seed with guys that might need some work. All right, I'm still looking for that box score. My apologies. All right, for the Toronto Raptors, Chomsky with 6, Carlson with 11, Walter with 16, Carton with 17, and Sheed led them with 18 on 7 of 15 shooting. Also had 6 assists and 4 boards. Off the bench, Battle with 5, Moore with 0, Grant 2, Perry 0, Guerrero with 10, and Disu with 4. For our San Antonio Spurs, Minix with 14 points on 5 of 11 shooting. Diallo with 6 points and 12 rebounds. Donovan Williams, 6 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from the arc. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Donovan Williams outplayed Riley Minix these last 3 games. Williams might be that other two-way contract. We're talking about Riley Minix a lot on the channel. I think it's going to be Ingram and Williams. Williams has been playing really well these last 3 games. Radford with 10, and the Bouye. Ooh, the Bouye did not play well tonight. 3 of 12 from the field. Ouch, 7 points. It's 11 plus 13, though, so effective when he's out there. Off the bench, Horn with 4. Ugly night, though, off from the field. 2 of 8. Green Jr. with 12. Milner with 8. Nelson with 4. Masalski with 14 on 7 of 12 shooting. He also had the worst three-pointer I think I've ever seen, and he did chip in. Masalski actually had a really good line. 14 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block in 22 minutes. Not too shabby. And then Avdalovic with 5. Spurs shot 37% from the arc tonight. The Raptors only shot 21%. That was a big difference in the game. Raptors were 19 of 24 from the line. We were 11 of 13. 14 turnovers for the Spurs, only 9 for the Raptors. Raptors lose 100 to 89, drop to 2-3. Our Spurs improve to 4-1. And unless I'm missing something, we missed the playoffs, and this is our last, now officially, for real this time, the last live stream for TSR Sports until October. So, that's all I got, guys. Sar might be soft. Sar might be afraid of contact. I've heard from Wizards fans that he's not being aggressive when they see him out there, and that he had 0 dunks in the Summer League. Maybe he's avoiding contact, and if he is, that's not a good sign. My friends, it's been a lot of fun. I'll obviously still be making content for our channel throughout the summer, but as far as lives, this is it until October. So, my friends, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so on the way out. Until then, on behalf of Selena, Headband Grogu, Mikey, Baby Eli, and Baby Coyote, boop. What you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!